Hey, what's going on, guys? Tonight's video we are going to be cutting the hair again from this sloppy, nasty mess to the Lewis Smith undersweep. I'm very excited about this one. This one I've actually wanted to do for a while. As you can see, this is just really long. And again, if you've watched my other haircut videos, again, you can style it really nicely, but it's getting way too shaggy on the sides and down here. Now, again, I cut my hair like Conor McGregor. Stay tuned for that video if it's not already up yet. And so on the back here, we can see some curly cues. I kind of like the curly cues on back, but I just don't like the longer sides. And then, of course, the sideburns are curly cues here. The front is pretty long right now, guys. We're talking about I could bite it, and it's going all the way down, again, my side here. And again, last time I cut it, I went from an angle down here, longer, and then it tapers off back here. And so anyway, what we're gonna do again is the Lewis Smith undersweep. So again, let's go ahead and take a look at a picture right now. As we can see, his sides are very short. Now, you guys might not want to go that short, so what we're going to do is we're going to go short, but maybe not that short, to see what we like first, because again, some skulls may not look as good with it that short. You might want the top exactly like his, but you might not want the sides exactly like his. Again, we don't have to go for the exact same look, but I'm going to try my best. But again, you can alter it a little bit, but this is the basics of how to get your haircut like him. Alright guys, so first what we're going to do, number one, is I'm testing out a few different clippers here. I have my brand new Wall Seniors. Again, these are the top of the line Wall Seniors here. The Walls are just fantastic. Again, these are the 8500 Seniors. Fantastic. So again, guys, what I always like to do is I like to bring out my small tablet, and I have a picture of Lewis Smith right here. And I have a picture of Lewis Smith right here on my tablet, which I keep in front of me, so that I can continue to look at it as I'm cutting my hair to make sure that I'm doing it properly. I'm going to go ahead and set that right here. Real quickly, background, if you guys don't know already, Lewis Smith was a 2012 London Olympian for Gymnastics. He probably will be back for Rio as well in Brazil, but let's go ahead and get started. So grab your cup of coffee, join me, and let's cut our hair. So number one, what we're going to do here is my hair tends to normally fall on this side. I've kind of trained it to kind of go this way. Let's look at the picture one more time. Notice how high that line is. That's like all the way up to his part right there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my clippers. We're going to start with a number one, and we're just going to attack it again. We're going to put them on the blades, and we're just going to go straight through like this, working our way up to the part. And just make sure, especially if you have long hair on the top, make sure that is all the way over. Make sure no long hairs are coming down this way, because you will be clipping that off entirely that way. So flop your hair over this way, put a tie in it, put a little clip in it, but I'm just going to go ahead and lean my hair this way, and we'll zip number one straight down. And I have the latch pushed out for the long, and then I'll go ahead and clip on my number one for there. And if you're trying to go through the side there and it doesn't go, as in this direction here, you're going to have to come up the bottom here. Again, watching your length at the top. You don't want to cut in past your line up here. So watch that part line. Through my sideburn here. Oh, very nice, guys, already right there. Just feels great. Now I look like Friar Tuck. Number one, again, all the way around. And it's going to be an undersweep on this side. So whatever direction, you don't have to fold it over left, you don't have to fold it over right. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be folding it over this way here. And so what you want to do is you want to lift up this portion, whatever one you're going to fold it over. And again, you're going to cut down the line all the way around, just like him, just like almost like a bowl cut. And then we're going to cut this to length. And so it lays over like a military Green Beret haircut right down here. It's going to be sick, guys. So don't you worry about that one right there. Let's go ahead and clip these back on here. And again, we're going to be running the number one straight down all the way around the back. The back, you might have to get your mirror out to make sure you don't go too high. But again, you're pretty much going all the way up. And again, pushing up the hair so you're not going to be cutting past the part. But again, we're getting all over this here. Just trimming up that back here. Alright guys, we got a lot of hair back there. So oh, moustache. I have extra for a moustache. Very, very nice, guys. Alright, take a look at that. Take a look at that. Look at that long just nastiness, guys. Ugh. What we need to do, guys, is we need to grab our comb and we need to, again, part it down so we know how far to cut into, guys. Okay, so you can go ahead and, some of these little stringy bobbers, you know what I'm saying? You can get rid of them if you want. Again, it's not going to really matter because we're going to be chopping that away a little bit here. So again, cut your line, your part right here. And again, we're going to be sweeping it over this direction right here. I mean, either or, it doesn't really matter. Whatever way you guys want to train your hair. I kind of want to train my hair to go this way, which I'm doing right now. And so I might get into that as well. All right, so now you have your line right here. Now what you want to do is you want to come up without going into the next portion of the hair. And you want to just come right up into it, guys. And you might have to help it out if it's sticking on you and if it's not cutting. You can try to go a little bit higher, or what I do is I just push down with my finger as I come up like that and kind of help the hair go into the blade. And that works out tremendously. And then again, we're just going to be cutting all this nastiness in the back right here. Again, you want to push your long hair out of the way because we're going to be going ahead and cutting that to specks in a little bit here. So just as you're going around the back, go ahead and bring your long hair forward. And then again, just clean up your sides going side to side after you've kind of gone up and down. And what you just want is you just want a clean line with it completely short and then long right here. Just like, of course, the photo. Let's take a look at that one more time here. And again, always revert back to the photo if you guys are unsure, because the photo isn't going to lie. Now come over here to this side and do the same thing. Make your line, and if your line's a little bit hard with dry hair, you can go ahead and wet your hair and then make your line and then bring it down. I might just wet mine just a tiny bit so that I can bring that line into play here. Bring it down. And again, you can use a clip if you really want to, hair braid, get that out of the way. And now we're going to go ahead, same thing on this side here. Bring it up. You might need to help it out because it depends how long your hair is on the side. There we go, guys, looking good. And if you guys are a little bit worried about the very back, going up to a certain limit, you definitely can fill the back of your head as you go up. But again, as long as your long hair is pushed forward, just again, cruise up right about there. Now you can have someone help you out if you're really worried about it. I've kind of done this plenty of times where I know where the edge of my scalp is, which is right here. Okay, so I just bring it up right about there. And again, you're going to be bringing the hair over the back and kind of down like this here as you go ahead and, again, sweep it over. So it doesn't really matter exactly too bad. You just obviously don't want to come up into the crown portion up here. Obviously, if you see your trimmers come up and over and you're like cutting into the top, that actually is obviously too long. So if you want to, go ahead and have someone just go ahead and, make your line, or you could have your hand here like this as a line and then go up like this. Alright guys, so now what you want to do is after you've made your line on top, you just clean it up. So again, and I'm talking buzz it every angle. You want to make sure you get everything just beautifully smooth. Now something to keep in mind with this haircut is with a 1, or even if you go shorter and you want to go half, you're going to have to maintain it at least probably once a week. Just buzz around the bowl cut, again the undersweep. If you want to maintain the look, you're going to have to do it about once a week. You could grow it out about 2 weeks, depends how much water you drink. I drink about a gallon of water a day, so my hair grows very fast. So when I did the Brad Pitt Fury haircut, I had to maintain that about every week and a half or so. I had to buzz it all the way around. It's not that bad once you know what to do, but again, mostly it's just about maintaining it after that. And so again, you will have some little flip-flops on you. If there's any hairs that just gradually levitate towards the short portion, buzz it off. Get rid of those hairs, as long as it's not going to leave a chunk out of the very top. But if anything falls over, you might have missed a portion of the... Alright guys, as we can see the side of my head here, it's very, very short here. This again is a 1, a longer wall 1. You can lower the little lever here and do a short one, but I like that. I like that. It's not skin, but again, because my hair is blonde, it looks good. So I think I'm going to stop there. But if you guys want to go like a number 0 or whatnot, but this is pretty much like his. Again, very, very skin short. And actually, I believe, as I'm looking at the picture again right here, there are a couple different pictures. Some of the pictures looks like it's a number 1. Some of the pictures looks like it might be a short wall number 1. So again, I'll leave that up to you whether you want to go that short or not. Okay, so once we get it all the way around, we're going to go ahead and play with the length. Again, I've kind of slicked it back here, but again, it's going to drop all the way down. So what you want to do is you want to sweep it over. So again, you will need longer hair up front. Now, not too terribly long, but long enough. Depends how long you want it and how long you want to sweep it back. And there are some tricks of the trade that I've learned over the years about if your hair isn't straight in the front, that you can use some hair relaxer. I'll link that in the description box below the video. And I've used that many times before. I've kind of trained my hair now, but it used to be a little bit more wavy in front. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, guys, again, you decide what side you wanna lay over the hair. And as I'm looking at it, you know, I'm just used to this side here, so I'm gonna be using the sweep over on this side. So what you wanna do is you wanna bring your hair all the way over. Now again, if your hair is not long like this, you can skip this portion of the video, but what I'm going to do here, because my hair is so long, I'm going to chop off a good solid, probably 3 inches right here, and then again, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be styling it and then cutting off more as I go, because I want to get this just perfectly here. I want to eventually end up with a kind of a style like this right here, where it kind of has a little flip up of the front, kind of comes right down here. Again, it's an undersweep because this is all the way shaved, but it will fold down a little bit right on the top right here on this side, or whatever side you want to sweep it over on. Now, some of you guys might really dig the kind of the long hair as it's swept all the way back right there. I'll leave that up to you whether you want to kind of rock that style or not. I guess if you had some really sweet hair gel, you could even do that, as we can see right here. And then again, you know, when the wind blows, you know, you could bring the party down, you know what I'm saying? So we got a little party in the front, and then we kind of have a little party in the back, you know? All right, I'll leave that up to you. But again, guys, in the gym and during kickboxing class, this bugs me very, very much, unless you have some crazy pomade in there or whatnot. And so I, again, am going to be trimming off quite a bit here, and I'll be going upwards, so I'll be doing it shorter, kind of coming down in an angle, a little bit longer in front, a little bit shorter, kind of coming down. So you want to trim it kind of upwards like this. So picture it right here, and we're just going to kind of be like stair stepping as we kind of go at an angle up. So let's go ahead and take care of that now. And something I do need to invest in is some good scissors. But you know what? To each their own, and we can deal with that later. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you kind of want a nice little stair stepper as you kind of work your way back like that, because again, we want it shorter in the back, and then we want a nice angle here as we go up, making sure there's no flappy flaps in the back that have kind of worked their way back down. So again, watch your ears, don't cut your ears, and work your way back like that. Okay, and then what you want to do, again, you want to bring it up, style it to however you want, and then again, look at it. If you're not digging the side length over here, Again, bring it then back down and trim up the same direction I just showed you more. Restyle it until you get the perfect texture, guys. Now again, on this side, it's going to be a little bit longer on this side, but again, it's going to be combed over. But again, it depends. If there's some long ones that kind of come down here, you could even bring your hands through. And what I'll probably do as well is I'm going to be maybe over on this side. You want to bring some of these long ones up and just bring them through your middle fingers and kind of just trim them on the top. So bring it up like this, trim them up like this. But you want to keep the ones over here long so it just sweeps over real nicely here. But the ones right back in this area, you might want to bring up and cut some of those long ones right over here of the direction that it's going to be, the part is going to be on right here. And then for the very, very back, I just bring it up again and between my middle fingers here. And then I just trim off the really, really long ones that are floating in the back there, because those aren't going to flap over perfectly and they're going to look all nasty in the back. So you want to go ahead and then trim the very, very back again. Just bring it up, put it between your middle fingers like this. And then you want to go ahead and just trim right through your middle fingers without cutting your fingers, the hairs that are poking over the top. And then right here, guys, as we can see here, I've made a nice part now. Again, I've kind of brushed it through. So what I do is I just take it like this, and I kind of brush it through until I see a nice clean part right there. And then, so see here, all these little extra hairs. Now we're going to take our number one. We'll get rid of those. You might have to do it over and over again if your hair clippers kind of mess up your little part. You want to be able to see it and then cut it. Alright guys, so what we're going to do now is we're going to bring it back over to this side. And again, you have some long hairs probably over here on the other side. As we can see here, now it's really, really long over here from the hairs over on this side of the part. And so what we're going to do here is we're just going to lightly get this lightly, guys. Again, we're going to keep this at a nice angle coming up. And again, we don't want to cut too much off right away. Always cut less, and then less is more, because we want to drape it back over, and we obviously don't want it too short on this side here. So again, play with the lengths until you guys like what you see, pretty much. So again, that is that. Now we're going to flip it back over here on this side. And there we go, guys, right there. So again, you can play around with your desired length here in the back if you want that a little bit shorter. And then again, his on the side he comes over is a little bit, a little bit frolically on this side. But this side over here, whatever way he sweeps it over, this side is like to the T, just dialed in. So you want to really, if you want your hair exactly like him, you want to make sure this side is like perfectly just streamline cut here. And just looking absolutely just perfect, manicured, straight down. Nice little part right here. And then that is going to be good to go. Now again, remember, play with your back here because you're going to get some hairs frolicking over. So get that mirror in the back and then cut away some hairs that are like folding over a wrong direction, etc. Alright guys, after playing around with the lengths here, I really, really like this. Now after I was looking at some more pictures of Lewis Smith, he has some pictures where it's literally like a Bic razor all the way around, and I didn't think he looked that good with it. I think he looked good with it on a number one, maybe a short wall number one, as in with the lever. But I like it this length. Again, this is your haircut, this is your style, so you want to make sure you look good with a bald head underneath. Now again, just make sure it's all the way clean, make sure around your ears and stuff like that, make sure the part is really nice right there. And again, I'm going to stop right here. It looks good right here. I kind of like it with a little bit longer than his on the side. Just go ahead and comb back there a little bit like that. Now there is one photo I saw of him where it's a little bit more kind of dangled around down a little bit, and then it looks like it kind of tucks in again, kind of like a green beret like this here. I think let me show you a photo of him with a medal right now. And again, his style of hair texture also is different than mine. Mine is a little bit more limp, where you're going to need more product in there to kind of get it like his. I believe his hair is a little bit more coarser. So again, genetics do play a factor, but you can alter them a little bit with certain products, guys. So let's go ahead and get styled up, dressed up, and let's go ahead and see what it looks like. Alright guys, for this portion of the video, what I'm going to be doing is, right now I'm fresh out of the shower, my hair is still damp, I've combed it back. Now I personally like it because it's not too tight, it's not going to be pulling your hairs out, especially the older you get, you do need to be careful with how gentle you are with your hair. I'm going to be making a whole separate video on that, and what we're going to be doing, guys, is now we are going to be styling the hair. My hair again is damp, and so what we're going to be using is, I ran out of my old product which I really liked. Let me show you guys that right now. I ran out of American Crew. I used to always use this. Got my hands on Star Wax Premium Pomade, and this is crystal. Again, I'll have that linked in the description box below, but let me just show you real quickly. Nice large jar, 5 full ounces, kind of has this blue texture. And again, you want to use this while your hair is damp, and I haven't washed my hair that long ago, so I don't have to use too much, just about a fingertip right there. I'm going to put it in my fingers like that, kind of blend it in, and then I'm going to go ahead and just wipe it through. And you can always use more, use less, again coming in from the sides here, coming in from the front, getting that middle portion. Alright, now what we're going to do, guys, is let me go ahead and rinse my hands, be back with you, we'll go ahead and get the blow dryer going. Alright guys, blow dryer is plugged in. Product is in my hair. I'm going to put it on low. You can put it on high, whatever you want. Again, I'm going to kind of maybe just speed this up, cut during the middle, but I'm going to show you pretty much the basics of what I do. And let me explain that before I turn the blow dryer on. Again, I'm going to crank it on low heat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be pointing it about like here. Then I'm going to take my comb and I'm going to be blow drying it like this. As I bring my comb back, I'm going to be bringing the blow dryer back as well. What that's going to be doing is that's actually going to be drying as I'm actually straightening my back hair and just kind of forming it like this. Okay, then you can do that to the sides like this, and then again bring it back. So again, I'm going to speed it up, put some background music in it, because, you know, obviously blow dryer for like 30 seconds is kind of real lame. So anyway, let's begin. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the haircut tutorial video. And again, I noticed that he has the front right here a little bit more flipped. Now you can do it either side that you want. And I did notice that I think I'm going to actually go a little bit shorter on the sides. He has pretty much a number half all the way around. This is actually a long one, and you kind of want to see more of the scalp underneath. So I'll probably drop down to, next time I trim it up, I'll go a low one. Again, some people don't look as good with the actual haircut. So again, take the basics of what I teach you and alter it to your scalp, to what looks good on you. Always start with more and then work your way down. If you don't look good with a 1, try a 2 or 3. If that looks better, then keep that. If you don't look good with a 1, try it down to a half or maybe a low 1. Now what I mean about a low 1 is the clippers have the little adjustable side thing that bring the blades up and down a little bit, okay? So this is a long 1, meaning that the clippers is long, and then I put the attachment 1 on. I'll go ahead and link that new clipper set that I got as well. It's the Wall Seniors. Mind-blowing, so much better if you are a subscriber and have watched my previous video about Brad Pitt cutting your hair like him. I use these old walls and they're like, and these ones are smooth, don't heat up, and I can trim pretty much everything and use them. It's awesome. I also, again, in the video, use Star Wax. Very cool, blue, large container. I'll have that linked down in the description box below as well. And if this video has helped you out with being able to cut your own hair, style your own hair, please give it a thumbs up. That would be much appreciative. And I know the haircut Nazis will thumbs it down. The professionals, they're pretty much the only ones that go, oh my gosh, who's this guy think he is? Thumbs down, thumbs down. Anyway, let's show them, let's thumbs that up if you did enjoy it. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you on the next hair cutting tutorial. Drop me a comment in the description box below what hairstyle you would like to see next, and hopefully it looks good and I will try to do that one. I do like my hair a little bit longer right now. I'm not opposed to going shorter like Ronaldo or something like that. We might get into that later on. Alright guys, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you on the next one. My name's Chris. Bye-bye.